Grand Rising Reflections, Peace, Power, and Protection. Come on in. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of time to come in. I'm going to share this with Peace Reflections. Peace Reflections. Come on in. Let's see. Let's see who's able to come on in today. Let me see what else I'm going to share this. Share this on Facebook. Peace Reflections. They hit me. Peace. Love you too, Adisha. Hey, Agua. Hey, y'all. Hey, Summer Breeze. What's up? Peace and love, tribe. Peace and love. You know, throw a one in the chat. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. I'm out here on my porch, but I just had something I wanted to say real quick. What's up, y'all? What's up? I'm having smoke. Y'all gotta... It's a lot going on today, y'all. It's a lot that's been going on, period. You know what? Did y'all see today that they supposedly signed that little Hamas deal or whatever? So Netanyahu came over here. You done seen all of these world leaders coming over here meeting in the Oval Office with that orange clown that everybody calling the president, right? I done been telling y'all that they done been throwing codes in there, okay? If you look at his hand in a certain angle of power, and if you look at everybody else's hands, they hands closed like this. You got to pay attention to what's going on, to the spell work. So I read the code and I told everybody with melanin codes that was over this way, that's the true Nagas, you understand? That's the true people that's getting ready to send this into another plane. I told us to get ready. Because what y'all need to enter and understand is them people that's in the Caribbean, that's our bloodline too. We went from here, we went to the islands because them motherfuckers couldn't navigate the water at first until they made some of our clones, and then they was able to use those to navigate the water. Hello from London. Hello to London. But I'm just telling you what happened. So from places like Illinois, from places like Portland, all of these places where he's sending National Guard troops now, because people don't understand their bloodlines, those people with melanin. It's the same people who went to Haiti. It's the same people who went to Colombia. It's the same people who escaped to Venezuela. It's the same people who escaped to Jamaica. Okay? Now I want to show y'all the play. So, if y'all remember when Biden was in office 2 years ago, how did this war, supposed war with Hamas start? It was Al-Aqsa flood, right? Well, if you remember Al-Aqsa flood or whatever, Al-Aqsa, that war, whatever, I told y'all what? I told y'all Al-Aqsa was really over here, Alaska. And I told y'all what? I said that they gave Iran $6 billion to fund Hamas so Hamas could strike Israel, so Israel will have a reason to go into Palestine and start harvesting people's genetics. I told y'all that. They took that live down they took that video off of YouTube, okay? Soon as I said it, they took it down, okay? They went through with their plan. So what we got now? 2 years later, we got 83% of the area that they calling Palestine bombed up. You know what they bombed up and got rid of? The proof. They was destroying the evidence. They had tunnels and shit underground where they was funneling people, kids, human beings for organ harvesting and stuff. That's what they was trying to destroy. The proof. Israel right now got blackmail evidence on every man, damn near every country, because all of us being run by a bunch of criminal pedophiles. Let's just tell the truth. All this shit kind of connected to a degree. Epstein was an agent from Mossad. He got the blackmail material that he needed. Israel is some inorganic clone bot line ass bitches and aliens that's on this earth that done stole the original people's titles and here to try to keep us all locked down. Because they're not human beings. They're not even human beings. This is what you got to enter and understand. So let's go back to it. So they funded Hamas so that they could start their proxy war, so that really they could go over there and destroy evidence of human trafficking, child trafficking, organ harvesting, and the motherfucking worst that was going on over there. Because how you gonna know about the missing children or anything that was over there now? You can't. They ain't gonna never find them. You gonna chalk it up to what? That blind ass war, right? Okay. So it's a race for genetics. So they done been meeting. They met up and they had that summit in Alaska, throwing all of them codes. I was telling y'all to get ready. Then they had all of these summits in DC and stuff, throwing Freemasonic codes. Then they went up there to the UN in New York, throwing all kind of Masonic codes, Freemason codes. Okay, I'm just telling y'all what it is. I done been touching on all of this, so you have to go to my Patreon or Telegram, because I ain't finna go through all of it again. I'm just trying to get to the point. For right now, he said he was gonna practice in the major cities, y'all. He was gonna practice war exercises in the major city. Why would you have to practice there? Because them is the same people that you going to war with in the islands right now. So today they said they got a peace agreement. All of a sudden the world is saying this pedophile, child rapist, murderer, criminal, okay? I'm just telling you what he is, bro. This liar. Talking about he done created world peace. How the fuck you gonna give us a problem and then give the solution and then say you the solution to the problem? World peace? But right now in Chicago, you got people fighting for their life, okay? Literally in the streets. You got people in Portland right now. You got people in actual concentration camps over here that they call in detention centers that are American citizens that don't nobody know what the hell going on with them. He running down on all melanin codes. The young Nagas, everybody. Okay? And then on top of that, he going to war with Venezuela. Okay? He already done said he's sending ground troops into there. And then, on top of that, did y'all know that they just struck a civilian vessel over in Colombia, and Colombia is just declared war? It's a Caribbean war now that done started today because this motherfucker going and striking other countries and fucking with their sovereignty. So the real war wasn't that shit that was going on over there. That was the setup to come fuck us up. So I told you to get ready. They declaring peace and it's war on us. But it's always been a war on us, y'all. That's what I need people to enter and understand. You just looking at a border that a man constructed. Man constructed these borders. But we all got genetics that's the same, motherfucker. Because even if you go by they 21andMe and stuff, bruh, if you ever done did that stuff, you gonna see alleles light up all over the globe. That don't mean you originated from that land. That just mean your genetics there. Hell, you could take me right now. You understand what I'm saying? People travel, people move. You gotta enter and understand. If you are an original being here, your ancestors was all over the globe, y'all. So you can't box yourself into their reality. Then you won't enter and understand who the real target is. You see yourself as separate from the Venezuelans. You see yourself as separate from the Colombians. You don't understand that Taino bloodline and all of them bloodlines that go through there and that coursing you to this very day. You at war with your own people. But they done divided you on a flag and a lie, so you won't even realize that you at war with yourself, that they at war with you, that they at war with your cousins. Shit too real. The same bloodlines in Chicago is the same bloodlines in Haiti. What you gotta enter and understand, the same bloodlines in California and them, Texas and stuff, is the same bloodlines in Mexico, Venezuela, all of them places. It wasn't no border. This was free earth, bro. You ain't need no passport to passport. You just went. We slaves right now. You can't just go nowhere without being trapped. Why is that? It was for now, so they could know who to hit. Where you could go on this earth and they don't know right now. You can't travel nowhere without some form of identification. Because they know who you are, you just don't know who you are. Some people, not everybody. So this is what I'm trying to prepare people for. You understand, this wasn't going to be a long chat right here, because I'm actually going to be coming back on here tonight and covering some stuff about the war on our freaking genetics and stuff in this new scientific research that they gave this Nobel Peace Prize to these people for discovering how to the security guards around our immunity. So think about this, y'all. If they doing research on immunity, your I am God codes, because like I said, we have clones and then we have real beings. If you a clone, you don't got I am God codes, so you got to steal them from somebody else or manipulate yours to make you live longer through stealing them from somebody else. So they gave these people the Nobel Peace Prize. All of these people get Nobel Peace Prizes for fucking with immunity, our immune cells, and discovering ways to break down the safeguards so that they can modify your God code. Because if they can't stop you, then they got to modify you. Somebody throw a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure y'all can still hear me, because I can't be telling sometimes when they be fucking with my feed. I really can't. Thank you. You know, this AM, I had a real crazy experience, y'all. Like, it for real. Like, I saw plasma beams. They orbit all in the air right now. Like, they was traveling from this way. They going over to the ocean. If you look in the sky, I've been putting it on my social media and stuff. The clouds, y'all, the clouds. Look at the clouds. It's symbolisms and forms and all kind of stuff that's being in the clouds and stuff. And it's a whole nother plane of reality that's opening up for some of us. And it's real codes and miraculous things that, and I'm talking about you, the miracle. Like, some of us is the ones that's going to be here, that's actually the ones that's going to manifest what's going to happen. And then others, the seed is going to be planted, and then they going to be able to see. Like, some of us are actually constructing a reality right now that others will see. And that might sound too deep, I and understand that, but it's like the principles of the way that people think of telepathy and all of this stuff is not what it really is, but you got to get to a level in order to be able to see that. See, the mind is a powerful thing, but when you really do have a soul and you really do have those records of Akash, you enter and understand, you guys, that turns you into what is really a mason. That turns you into really a builder of dimensional planes. That gives you a level of perception that can alter other people's reality. Because once you enter and understand perception, reality, and you really get in the split and then above it, and you really link with your higher self, like really link. Like I was trying to explain it to my spiritual group, like something came over me, y'all. First I was getting all of these like compilations and stuff, you know, I was just being compelled to do certain things or whatever. Not anything, I knew it was higher self, but I was just being compelled. That happened for about a week. I was talking about the compelling. And then just all of a sudden, y'all, I promise you, I was sitting out here on this porch and then it just hit me. And I can't really describe it, the feeling or the connection when you make your full connection to your higher self. But it's like once you do, you be there, you not here. Grand rising. Like I'm there, I'm not here. Like y'all seeing me, you understand, you seeing this body, you understand, but my consciousness is not here. Like it's almost like I'm looking at y'all through a computer screen. Like this really do feel like an avatar to me. Like this reality ain't my reality no more. Like I done left. But the thing about it is you can hear people talk about these principles. You understand, like you hear people be like, we here, but we not here. But you, if you would ever experience it, you'll understand. See, that's why I don't watch a lot of spiritual teachers. I just go off of free thought. You understand? I want my thoughts to be unopposed. And that's for a reason. You understand, like a lot of stuff about me was for a reason now, and I understand. Because when you have the powerful of a mind to be a builder, if anybody puts the false construct in your mind, you're going to create their reality until you take back control of your thoughts fully, and then you begin planting your own seeds. So for some of us, you understand, we can plant the seeds and alter this whole plane because we're not from this dimensional plane. And some people, we have to plant the seed in them, and then we create their reality, and then they can see it. So that's how some of us 3 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe 12 years ago or whatever, some people was talking about it, but enter and understand. It's a difference between talking about it and being a builder. Because you have to be careful. Because what some people is experiencing is actually the seeds of somebody else's thought that got put in their consciousness, and they just looped into a dream state still. You really think, like, how can I put this? Give me a second, because it's kind of hard to explain to people unless you got the gnosis to kind of know what I'm saying. So give me a second. I'm trying to think. You know the idea of film. The idea of a film, okay? If you have film and it never anything got put on it, you understand? Nothing's there that you can see. You understand what I'm saying? There's no imprint. Then you know, once you take the picture, then you have to go and then you have to develop the film. And then once you develop the film, you can see the picture. So imagine your consciousness is a film, okay? And there's two ways this could go. If you got a divine soul and your consciousness is like that film, you could create a picture. And that'll be like a seed, and that'll develop into a reality that other people can see. Okay? But you have some people who automatically have an imprint on that film from birth that was given to them by the great mother. It was in genetic codes that was given to you when you was connected to the great mother, and you manifested here for a certain fate, for a certain destiny. Your film is already there. Your whole story, your whole path, just imagine, it's already there. It already done occurred, okay? Now, there's two ways that could go. If you don't let somebody plant and put a picture over that film, then you're going to be able to, when you get ready to develop the seed, you're going to be able to see the original print, the original blueprint. But just think, if you, that original blueprint from the great mother, and you already got all the codes, and then somebody start imprinting more pictures on that film, on top of what was your original program. Then when you develop the film, you're not going to be able to see the picture that the great mother gave you, because you got too many people done imprinting and put seeds in your mind, so you ain't going to be able to decipher. And that's how people can be in a dream state right now, thinking that they done ascended, and really they haven't. You just done got imprinted by somebody else's thoughts, and you think you in a consciousness loop, but you still here. Y'all kind of understand what I'm saying there? Like, somebody can imprint thoughts on your mind and make you see a different picture. But for some of us, when you awaken, understand all of that false stuff done got imprinted on you, right? But when you awaken, it's a renewal, it's a clearing. Right, superimposed thoughts. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I'm trying to help them to see it like a film, because some people is visual. So if you was just an unopposed, undeveloped film when you came, and people just start imprinting pictures, superimposing them on you, you understand? When you get ready to develop that film in your mind, you're going to see the superimposed thoughts and pictures and images of others, and you're going to think that's your reality. You ain't even got to your original film that the great mother gave you, which is really your purpose. So what you got to do, tribe, or what you do when you awaken, is basically you raise your consciousness to a level again where you wipe yourself. That's why most people die and come back. You always be like, most people that's like really highly in tune with the in-between die and come back. Like, I died and came back. I done told people, you gotta die. Ain't no other way. Because that's the only way you're gonna wipe your film. I realize that now. That's the only way you're gonna wipe it off your consciousness. So understand what I'm saying. When you simulate the death, but your consciousness don't fully go there, for that split second, it's able to wipe all of those superimposed thoughts off of you, and you able to bounce back on the program of the great mother, and that give you all kind of telepathy and all kind of shit. Again, you understand, and unopposed thoughts, and then you get real spiritual, and you can see in between the dimensions, because you ain't got nothing superimposed on you anymore. Because death is life and life is death. Like, death is a reset. It's a raw set. You understand? You raw set yourself. You understand? You wiped your film. You wiped your consciousness. And then you was able to reset back on the right algorithm, the right channel. You understand? The right program. You see where I'm going with this, tribe? So, for some of us now, that did that raw set for real. You done became an architect or a mason because you was the one that they had control of your thoughts with all the superimposed shit that they put on you. So you was creating, constructing their reality, enter and understand with the superimposed thoughts and the constructs that they put on you in this life, like mother, father, sister, daughter, love, hate, race. All of that stuff are constructs that are superimposed on your thoughts to oppose the original program. And only way you really gonna be able to wipe that shit is a true ego death and a true raw set, which is why most people have to die to live. Who done experienced death on this chat? Throw a 1 in the chat if you done died and came back. Throw a 1 in the chat if you had a near-death experience and then you came back. I'm gonna pause for a minute because I know it's a bunch of y'all. Watch this. That's probably on here. Because when that happened, you raw set, bro. And after that experience, you get to another spiritual plane. It's another depth. It's another gear. Look at all of these ones. And let me help you to know something. This was finna really blow your mind because it's not a lot of people on this chat right now. Do you know how rare near-death experiences are? Most people, when they go, they die. They can't power the soul to come back over. They just have to reset and go into another body. So the fact that all of these powerful people right here, we all on the same consciousness loop. Somehow you on this same chat. On this same channel right now on YouTube. Because I'm somewhere else. So I'm literally channeling to y'all from there. I'm at the summit now. I'm channeling. That's what it do. When you died, you turned into a channel when you came back, bro. You could cut it on and cut it off. You just got to figure out how to cut it on and cut it off. And then when you become the channel, when you get that frequency, your aura change. I've been showing y'all over here, like my magnetism changed. Like I done been showing it, the pictures in my spiritual group and stuff and on my social media pages. Y'all got to follow me. But I've been showing people like my aura stretch out like a circle. You understand? Like all the way over the Everglades and come back. Like you can see the clouds are clear, all kind of stuff. And they'll come out here with blimps and shit and all kind of stuff and drones and try to fuck with my magnetism and stuff. But that's what happened when you become a channel, because it's kind of like you a receiver. You enter and understand. This is an avatar for real. You can hear people say that, but to really feel it, and then you really can start programming this reality. But then you become so powerful that you was always doing this, because it's only a select chosen few of us that can. But then you go to planting the real seeds of what the real purpose, what the real fate was. Like you got your clear film. That's the records of Akash. You understand? You understand? That's Akash. That's why I always, when I go on my records of Akash, I'm like, I'm pulling information down. No, I'm just developing my film. I'm developing my imprint. My thoughts are unopposed then, not superimposed. But for a person or being without a soul, they need something like me, the original imprint from the Great Mother, in order to get the blueprint or the seed for them to be able to see. And that's what makes you a Mason. Not a Mason just physical reality. No, you actually a Mason because you creating a construct and imposing something into somebody's mind. You putting a seed and you imprinting on their film. They consciousness loop. This is why they go so hard against people that's highly spiritual from talking, especially if you in your records of Akash, because they got no more control over the blueprint, over your mind. They can't. So whatever you say is going to imprint the real reality then. You done took it back. So that's why everything, all of the constructs that the chosen, the real chosen people done been talking about is now developing into a reality that everybody else can see. Because to us, this whole dimension is like our film. When you really make that connection with higher self, you free will again. You free will. And once you free will again, ain't shit they could do with you. Because you could change the construct however you want to change it. And everybody gonna see exactly what you see. So I know for a fact that y'all getting ready to see what I see. It happened in real time in my Telegram spiritual group. I got the beings orb and I was telling everybody, I was like, man, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. I was picturing the air. Somebody could back me up on this. I'm like, y'all can't see it. It's shit orbing up there. It's shit orbing. Man, I was seeing it orbing. Then it came into the camera and I was able to capture it, y'all. It was, man, probably about 30, 40, 50. It was a parade of plasma beings last night over Boynton Beach. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. They was orbiting, y'all. They was orbiting and they was going to the ocean. I told the tribe, I knew some shit was getting ready to happen. Now, what's in the ocean? That's all the Caribbean, all of this shit. I'm down here. I'm in Florida, okay? Listen, the ocean. They was going toward the ocean. Toward that way. You in there and understand? Now this morning, we get the announcement, what? That the Caribbean is at war with the U.S. That Colombia done declared war because this motherfucker done struck a warship. They at war with Venezuela and everything. And you got Star Family all in the air. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, Elon Musk just came out of nowhere and said every human being gonna be dead by 2026. Because the motherfucking Star Family getting ready to touch down in about 2 weeks. They had a plan, y'all. This is what I'm saying. They had a plan. They thought that they was going to imprint in our mind that they had blue beam. Understand, I was trying to tell people what it was, but their reality got fucked up. It's okay, because we overrode that. The blue beam was them trying to imprint on the chosen over our original blueprint. You in there and understand? It was us. They wanted us to create a reality where They have aliens, you understand, and create the reality for them so the real Star family wouldn't come back. They wanted to keep us in an illusion, like they wanted Blue Beam to do that to the Chosen. But all of a fucking sudden, what ended up really happening was we had already usurped them with that shit because we was in Telegram, motherfucker, the real Masons. You understand? We was in Telegram on the quantum with unopposed thoughts, setting the reality that y'all seeing now. So that's why all of those discussions, what I call the Telegram prophecies, that go blow for blow, what's happening right now in sequential order, they won't let me even release on Patreon because if you see it, it's going to imprint on you and set the seed. But it's too late because I just did it just now. So what I'm telling y'all is you already doing it. Every time you look up in the air and you like, there go the Star family right there. I see it. I see it. I see it. Now everybody's starting to see it. I was talking about the crystal sun, the black sun. I was talking about the cosmic alignment. I said it's coming. I said it's 9 suns in the air. Couldn't nobody see them. But you seeing them now. Because I'm a Mason, man. I'm an Atlas Mason. You think I'm playing? They literally sent me the code to let me enter and understand that the planet and the beings and everything that I was talking was something that I created. And that's why they ain't have no plan for it. The motherfucker just appeared out of nowhere because and they ain't know the time or the hour exactly, we the blueprints, or the moment. They didn't even know who we was really or who was gonna do it. All they knew is this moment was coming, but they was been trying to stop it, and it's over. It's over, y'all. It brings me much joy. You understand, to just sit here with y'all and tell y'all this. You the literal blueprint. Listen, you got the Midas touch right now. If you really in tune with higher self, anything you say will manifest. So I told y'all they was already dead. Now Elon on there telling you they dead. I told the tribe what? I said time stopped for me on July 8th. That everything that I'm living out is my visions. What were my visions? The original film that the Great Mother gave me. What are your visions? The original film that the Great Mother gave you. So now you understand how you could be a fate. You fate. You beyond the blueprint. You fate. It was already done before you manifested. They tried to imprint on you to stop you from getting to your original film that you came here with as a baby, when you was telepathic and you was speaking in your native extraterrestrial tongue, and then they came and they imprinted on you. But how about even now, to this day, when you go back and you really tap into higher self, one of the first things that hit you is another language from somewhere else. You can't even explain it. Somebody could throw a 1 in the chat if they know what I'm talking about, bro, because it hit me Bro, I was talking, it was another language came over me, compilations, my G. Just start saying that one day I was getting spiritually attacked by a demon, bro. Something just came out of me. It was a language from somewhere else. Compilations just come out of me. Go to drawing sigils. Notice, when I really get to talking about something real, you're going to hear a lot of noise come through. You know what that is? It's a real live frequency attack. Because noise set off a vibration. Where I tell you at, I'm in a channel. So when the frequency hit me through right up in here, it hit me right in there. You go to vibrating. You a crystal. Just imagine your soul go to doing woo, fast as fuck. And then you giving your unopposed thoughts. And then they gonna come with some type of noise or light wave or something to try to fuck up your sine waving right there. You tearing through shit. It's an energy signature, bruh. You vibrate. Exactly. They trying to create static in the channel so that the message don't come through. But they can't create no static because you see, I just told you what they're doing. I'm even above that now. So tribe, what I'm telling you is what? They up there on the YNs of Chicago, but they got a rude fucking awakening coming to their ass up there. And now you got Donald Trump basically saying that the mayor and the governor need to be arrested for not protecting the ICE. Ain't y'all going up in there running up on people, no knock warrants, in mass? Y'all not even, who the fuck know who you is, bitch? Y'all running up on people in an aggressive way, creating more violence and terrorism in them neighborhoods than any YN could have done. YNs ain't got goddamn Tomahawk helicopters and shit jumping down on people, pulling kids out of their bed butt naked, hog tying them and throwing them in the budget trucks and putting them in fucking detention centers and people can't see them. And bitch, if you really want to know the truth about the YNs, which stand for Young Nagas, bitch, you the one that made them like that. With all of that toxified shit and everything you did. And all the programs you ended up there in Chicago and all the kind of shit for them bloodlines and all the radiation that you put in the projects and in the water. Nigga, do you really want to talk about what the fuck you did to make Chicago's neighborhoods like that? To make it so bad where the life expectancy within 1 mile of each other go down by 60 fucking years. I was up there in 2017 interviewing for a residency at Cook County Hospital. I was going to the county hospital because I want to go where the people at, okay? I didn't even apply for residencies at private hospitals. I wanted to go to the hospitals where my people was, okay? But of course, they blocked me from that. But everything happened for a reason. But the point is, when I was up there doing my residency interview, they did a presentation on health disparities with the minorities up there, y'all. These people already know what they doing to women. You understand, when they pregnant, they talked about that. The noise pollution, the air pollution, the toxins in the water, the toxins in the buildings, and how it was affecting the women and the minority children. They literally talked about it. And then the motherfucking director of the medical program, who's a black boule bitch, I'm just gonna tell you what it is, got up there and literally stood and said, at this hospital here, if you go 1 mile this way, no, she said if you go 2 miles, I think it was west, understand, if you went 2 miles west, like one way, that's the rich neighborhoods, okay? Life expectancy there is 80. She said if you walk 2 miles that way, that's the poor neighborhoods. The life expectancy was 30. Now you mean to tell me in a 4 mile radius, because 2 miles that way, hit the whatchamacallit, then 2 miles, that give you 4. So within 4 miles, you got a life expectancy decrease of 50 years, and that's not a part of a fucking program. The devil is a lie. Right then when she said that, I was like, oh, I know I'm not getting in here, because they damn sure don't want no doctor in here that care about the people that gonna try to save them from this fucking biological warfare and shit that they doing. They goddamn sure don't want no molecular biologist in there that could really fucking tell what the fuck going on. But they got people in there that will. It ain't no more doctors that really, like, far as did they concerned, as far as medicine go right now, only 5% of the doctors check the box as black. But this is what's the fucked up part about this. I wasn't gonna get a residency regardless. Do you know why? Because I'm black and was born in America. And at that time, they was letting in all of the foreign doctors from Africa to take our fucking place. So now if you go to the fucking hospital, you won't find too many African American doctors anymore. You're gonna find African doctors. And let me just say this. That's a health disparity in itself. Because just because your skin tone look like me, don't mean you like me. That's the first issue. The second issue is, you don't got no real history over here. So you don't know how these people will move, and you'll listen to them and do exactly what the fuck they'll say. You integrating with them and you're marrying all in them with them and you're thinking it's all good and you treating people the exact way that they wanted you to. And you ain't being an opposed voice to shit. That's why they was able to take that hot fucking shot and run it through everything. Because if it would have been more doctors like me up in there that knew the truth, a bitch could have hit the brakes. But they wanted your ass up in there, foreign doctors that don't got no real ties to the real melanated beings that originate in Amaruka, other than the superimposed thoughts that they put on their mind of African Americans, that we violent, that we degenerate, and that we don't deserve good health care. And that's how they was able to poison the whole world. Because it was gonna be the melanated doctors that raised the fucking flag. The ones from America, you know, whose grandparents told them about all of them stories about don't trust the doctor, don't take them shots, all of that shit. So now what we got in them hospitals? Nobody in there for you. Not even the motherfuckers that's got your skin tone. Because them white people done superimposed a thought on them that make them think that African Americans is they fucking enemy. They more racist than the goddamn white people up in them hospitals. And I know this for facts because I done sat with them. Been around them. So can't nobody tell me shit about that. And it's a tragedy. But they did the same thing in their countries. Look at Africa right now, letting Bill Gates up through there with all of them vaccines and shit, poisoning their people. Then they brought them African doctors over here so they could help them poison us over here. Fuck you too. Shit's too real. You better find you some fucking herbs, my G. Stay the fuck out of that place. You ain't got nobody there on your side right now. The only thing they after is your fucking organs, my nigga. You better know it in your fucking blood so they could goddamn harvest it and do some more fucking black budget research. Shit's too ugly out here. But like I said, it's the experience, y'all. I done experienced a lot in my life. I done seen a lot. But I realized I had to do all of that to be able to bear witness to it. That's another thing as a chosen. You gonna have those tribulations, you gotta bear witness. John Davila, ain't nobody worried about you. But you over here worried about me. That ain't even your real name. That ain't even your real profile. You think I give a fuck about agents coming on this chat? I don't. Let me go back. Like I was saying, part of this ascension journey, you gotta have experiences, yo, because you had to bear witness. Because the only way you can relate to anything is to actually experience it. The only way I can relate to having bad health care, being looked over, being treated wrong by the health system, was to actually have to go through it. To actually have to be poor. To actually have to take that walk. You see where I'm going with this? To actually be the person who had to sit on that table and have swollen tonsils. And a doctor come in that room and see that my tonsils were swollen. But because she knew that I was applying for medical school at ECU, she said it wasn't a throat infection and sent me home. And I suffered for about 5 more additional days. Couldn't eat, couldn't drink nothing. And then eventually I went to a different emergency room. And they had to keep me and give me IV antibiotics. And because I was treated like that, it made me a better medical student. Because I looked over nothing. And because I looked over nothing, they could never fool me again. But had I not had that experience, I would have never took the walk I took. It's the experience, y'all, that's everything. You welcome, Alex. I hope that this illuminated y'all for real. I hope that it spread light where it needed to go. You enter and overstand, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful day today. And that you really take time for yourself, man. Like, for real time for yourself. Like, you need time for yourself. You need time unopposed in order to really get into that channel. Everything, y'all, this might sound crazy, but it's the truth. It's a frequency channel attack, bro. It's gonna hinder you from getting there. I'm talking about anything that fuck with conscious thought. You know what? That's so funny. No, I've never heard that I look like Young Miami. But she's a very beautiful woman. Thank you. And we probably have similar features, which is in the phenotype. Phenotype. So that means we got similar alleles, probably. Similar construct, similar blueprint, similar crystal. But that's the thing. Some people can have the blueprint, but don't have the soul. And then some people could have the soul and give it up. Ashe. It's choices. You enter and overstand, like, it's choices. People out here making real choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a celestial here, you can't be a celestial there. You enter and overstand that, right? Because I'm up there. I'm a star there. I can't be here. If I choose to be a celestial here and just claim here, then I'm locked here. You got to claim your cosmic throne. You got to claim your extra territories. In order for your extra territories to come, you royalty. Claim everything. If you claim just this residency, then you can't claim your throne. Where I'm at. Your real residence. You can't be at the summit and be at they summit. Exactly. Perception and reality is real. They done imprinted over your mind and made you think that you're a resident of this planet. So you done closed yourself off. Your film is corrupted. And you can't see the original program if you got one that the Great Mother gave you, which is your original imprint. As soon as you get your original imprint, you're going to connect back to higher self. You're going to reclaim your cosmic throne, and you're going to become a star, a celestial, because you are a celestial. That's kind of like the way that works. So whatever you command here is going to happen. If you command yourself and say, I'm residency here, if you is a Mason, you're going to be a resident here. And you're going to rescind your cosmic throne. As simple as it's put. So the key to all of this is where you taking up your residency. What is you raw claiming? Is you claiming just this? Then you can't have your extra territories extraterrestrial. You saying you bound here. Right or wrong. So unbind your mind and unbind your thoughts. Pull yourself out of those contracts and get on your cosmic track. You done been conned. You enter and overstand, you done been conned into the wrong track. They conned your track. Exactly. Free yourself. You not a resident here. You do not reside here. You reside on the throne with the Most High. You got a whole star system that belong to you. It's imprinted on you. Call it back. I called mine back. Now y'all seeing it. Call it back, bro. Erase everything they told you. And go back to your original imprint. The original program. For real. John know he can't bask in that sun. John, you know why you can't bask in that sun, don't you? Because you a lizard. You ain't sorry. You trying to be a distraction. You trying to come in here and distract. But you can't distract. You can't keep me off my track. Listen. John, you just don't even enter it over fucking stand. But you will. You will. One thing about a channeler, I ain't even gonna say it. You know, it's funny that your name is John. It's funny that you chose that name. John the Baptist, the one that baptized the Christ and cut him off from the cosmos with water. Poor John. You trying to come and baptize my Christ with your water? I could drink from any cup. You see that? I could take that energy that you sending and transmute it and hit you back with what you are. And the false deception that you're trying to be. But ain't no illusions here. And you could never be a threat. I and understand why y'all threatened by me. But it's too late for you. Too late. If I was you, I'd take the last little bit of time I had Nah. Nah. Man. John Wick, that's another funny one. That's a cult too. Who the Wick? You the Wick. Candle magic. That wick represents you. When you in just this plane, you turn into the burning flame. That wick represents the soul. What did I tell you John did? Baptized to Christ so he couldn't get in contact with higher self. He lit his wick and kept him burning. Burning here. But you the eternal flame. So that's the magic. When you extinguish the flame, you cut off the channel, that fire goes back. Ashe. He could never distract. Y'all know what? I hope he not distracting y'all with the water, with the foolishness. You in there and overstand, like, you just gotta be above it, y'all. Like, ain't nothing they could do. It's over. We done already won. I always said that. This is just them catching up to what already I know to be true. So when you got somebody out here like this that's just free thought, they got to come and try to disturb because I'm planting seeds. But it's too late. The seeds already been planted. And everything is going to be harvested like it's supposed to. So basically what I'm saying, y'all, is I already made the move on their chessboard, motherfucker. Because they was on the board. But bitch, I created the game. You see the difference? They down here on the checkerboard. Nah, bitch. I just create a new game. And that's what we doing. We done created a whole new game on their ass. And because we such chaotic beings, they can't look through their looking glass no more to discern what is happening. So on that note, y'all, I want y'all to go in peace, power, abundance, divine guidance, divine insight, divine protection. Ashe, Royal Purple, you right. We are the original architects of it all. You is an architect right now. Whatever you create is going to be a reality. You got some of our Masons creating a reality that y'all about to see. Go and look at some of them beings that some of our brothers done been creating with AI. Yeah, they shut down their NASA feed. Go and look up NASA. Yeah, they shut it down because we the feed. That was just some black budget research. But ain't no more need for it no more because it's over. Like I said, the motherfuckers was down here playing chess. And a bitch just flipped the game. A motherfucker was down here on a chessboard, bitch. They was down here making all kind of moves with their pawns, motherfucker. And a bitch just said, fuck it, whoosh. New timeline. Just whoosh. Timeline just flipped. Planets, all kind of shit. Earth just tilted. Earth just started speeding up, all kind of shit. Okay? That's us. That's you. Your will be done now. So you go ahead and keep on manifesting your will. I'm finna keep on manifesting mine. And we gonna get this done. Because it's already done. Ashe? And I want y'all to definitely put them feathers up. My nagas. Definitely do your dragon chants and all of that stuff. My nagas. Somebody was like, we like gangster shaman. I agree. Because the great mother, the biggest G they ever done seen. Yay, yay. Boy, you gotta know that to know who I'm calling, bro, when I say it, bro. Boy, pussy boy, you through. All right, y'all. You know what? Oh my goodness, I gotta stop riding on them. They done, y'all. Man, the great mother, bruh. A bitch that had to call her mama down here on y'all ass. A bitch that had to open up the channel and call her mama. Listen to the sirens that's getting ready to come by. You could probably hear them in the background when I said that, yay, yay. I'm telling you, a bitch that had to call her mama on their ass. Watch them drive by. Listen. Every siren gonna go off when that shit happen. Somebody better know. No. That right there is a reality coming into play. Because I just let off a siren in real life. Yay, yay. That's a siren. That's a call to the great mother. That's a signal. That's why I was like, listen, they get ready to come with the fire truck now, motherfucker. They gotta play a siren. A siren just let off a signal. This is going back to mermaid quantum mechanics. When we came from the ocean, you know the great mother is a sea monster. The great dragon that rose from the sea. If you look at their law, they say that we are sea monsters. Watch another one finna come by. It ain't a game what I'm saying. The Matrix is responding to what I'm calling. It's an ambulance coming right here to this building. Ride the wave. The Matrix is responding to me. I let off a call. It had the siren here. Because I just sirened the heavens when I called my mama. I told y'all I'm up there now. I'm not here. Dang on right, Tiamat. So on that note, Big Mama already here, bro. Ride the wave, y'all. You finna see him collapsing, bro. What death look like? What it look like in this realm? Look, police coming. It's police. All them alphabets. It's police and everything all around this building right now, y'all. And if you know anything about the police, the fraternal order, what that is, all of these fraternal orders, and how they answered to the Queen of England and was put here to do what? Enslave the real Nagas. Do you understand what is going on? Because I just let off a siren. I'm fighting in the heavens right now. And it's simulating it on earth. Y'all have a wonderful day, okay? I want y'all to go in peace, power, and protection. For real. Stay dangerous. We got this. Alright, y'all? Till next time. And don't forget, y'all, hit that subscribe button so y'all can see when I come live, because I done had a lot of people saying that they can't see when I get ready to come on here and stuff. So hit the subscribe button, you understand. And definitely hit the little like button on your way out. That just helps the algorithm. You understand? Help the algorithm. But you know what? At the end of the day, the message always gets to who it needs to. Ashe. So even in that, it's already determined. I love you guys unopposed, okay? Y'all stay dangerous. We'll chop it up again.